The National Venturing Officers Association represents the voice of venturers around the country in the leadership of the venturing program. We're excited today to induct the members of the National Venturing Officers Association for the 2018-19 term, as we look forward to the work they have before them. Joining us today for the induction ceremony is the Chief Scout Executive, Mr. Mike Surbaugh. Before we get into the actual induction, we have a couple of questions for Mr. Surbaugh. And so to start us off, how do you see venturing's commitment to changing lives in the future?
Well, I think you see some changed lives right here in front of you. And Dominic, first, congratulations to you. This is really exciting. I hope everybody understands how important and significant this is. Being president of a national service and organization that has the values of venturing, that's a huge honor, big achievement. So congratulations to you.
Thank you so much.
When you think about what venturing has really come to be and what it represents, it is part of the Boy Scouts of America's service to youth and service to the community. But what it really represents is young people taking on that mantle of service and leadership. If you think about what's really going to be important for our nation 20 years from now, it's all about ethical leadership. If you think about the things that happen in venturing, we know that our program develops character competencies. Why? Because we have 40 words and a Scout oath that mean something. We have 12 words in the Scout law that frame how we live. Venturing, what it really does is takes those basic character competencies and it develops ethical leadership. And no matter where you go in life, our nation needs more ethical leaders. So thank you for being part of that.
Well, thank you so much for your leadership. How can venturing support family scouting success in the coming years?
Well, probably first and foremost, Dominic, it is all about being a role model. When I saw the new kids that are coming into scouting, boys and girls, what they're looking for is that next level up. They have to have something to aspire to. And when you think about, what has historically been some ways that children model after others, it's always about looking up to the older, what they would perceive as their next stage in life. So the older kids, the young adults, those that they really feel, I want to be like he or she. And we have an opportunity now for ventures to show this is the pinnacle. This is what happens when you go through the scouting trail. So give something for them to aspire to. A lot of people have asked me, well, what's going to happen with venturing? Now that girls will have an opportunity to be in Scouts BSA, does that mean that venturing is going away? I think venturing is going to get far stronger because all the reasons now that Boy Scouts choose venturing is an additional opportunity and a further avenue of service, adventure, fun. You're going to have a huge crop of young women that also are interested in doing that. So I think venturing is ready to explode in the next few years.
Well, and so speaking of the next few years, venturing has been celebrating its 20th anniversary this year. So where do you see venturing in the next 20 to 50 years?
Venturing in the next 20 to 50 years is kind of easy to predict. We're going to be a lot bigger, a lot stronger. We're going to be giving a lot more service to our nation. So this is the start of something really, really remarkable.
Well, and lastly, I'd like to ask, what's your favorite experience with venturers?
My favorite experience with venturing was for the first time getting a chance to go whitewater rafting. I had done a little bit of kayaking and canoeing in whitewater, but I'd never been on really serious rapids. And I was, first in the boat with a group of venturers, and then I was out of the boat with a group of venturers. So that was absolutely, and I'm not sure which one was more fun. Probably realizing that we didn't die, and we were able to get to shore, and we got back in the boat. So that was my most fun time.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for sharing that story and those answers with us. We really appreciate having you here.
Great being here.
If I could please have Jake Brillhart, the incoming National VOA Vice President, come forward. Please raise your right hand into the Scout sign and repeat after me. I, Jake Brillhart.
I, Jake Brillhart.
Do hereby promise.
Do hereby promise.
On my honor as a Scout.
On my honor as a Scout.
That I will faithfully execute.
That I will faithfully execute.
The office of National VOA Vice President.
The office of National VOA Vice President.
And I will use the Scout Oath and Law.
And I will use the Scout Oath and Scout Law.
To guide me as I lead the adventure.
To guide me as I lead the adventure.
In serving the venturing program.
In serving the venturing program.
The Boy Scouts of America.
The Boy Scouts of America.
And the World Fellowship of Scouting.
And the World Fellowship of Scouting.
Congratulations.
Jake, congratulations. You said those words, but I can tell you mean those words. Thank you.
Could I now please have the 4 incoming Region VOA Presidents come forward? Might want to space out a little bit. Raise your right hand into the Scout sign and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Karen Hedges,
hereby promise, on my honor as a Scout, that I will faithfully execute the office of Region VOA President, and I will use the Scout Oath and Law to guide me as I lead the adventure in serving the venturing program, the Boy Scouts of America, and the World Fellowship of Scouting. Congratulations and thank you.
Awesome. Dominic, I hope there's thousands of people watching right now live streaming, but I wish everyone could be here because these are the finest young people in America.
Well, on behalf of the 2018-19 National Venturing Officers Association, we'd like to thank you so much for joining us today for our induction and for your leadership of the Boy Scouts of America.
See y'all at Venturing Fest.